This in-depth conversation with Kevin Levrone explores his remarkable journey through bodybuilding, the discipline it demands, and the personal legacy he aims to leave behind. Topics discussed include his difficult upbringing, the mental toll of professional bodybuilding, the evolution of training approaches, insights on fatherhood, and reflections on the broader fitness industry and social media's impact. Kevin opens up about the painful losses that shaped his character, notably the death of his father when he was just 10 years old, as well as the later passing of his mother and siblings. These early tragedies forced him into survival mode and deeply influenced his mindset and work ethic. Kevin emphasizes that the successful, muscular persona people see today was forged from those moments of extreme hardship and emotional pain. He shares how he has been crushed many times, but also how enduring that pain was necessary for personal growth and reaching a greater purpose. This crushing, much like grapes in the winemaking process, was essential for his development into the person he is today. Levrone's introduction to fitness began as a form of personal refuge. Using martial arts philosophy inspired by Bruce Lee, he cultivated discipline, visualization, and self-confidence during his youth. It was the death of his father that initially pushed him into this solitary pursuit. Bodybuilding emerged as a natural extension of this mindset, a therapeutic outlet, and a way to control his destiny. He describes himself as a hyper-responder to training, which helped him progress quickly without having to struggle excessively with the physical aspects. Kevin clarifies the intense mental challenges that come with professional bodybuilding, including the necessity to tap into a dark, painful space to fuel his drive. The competitive era he belonged to demanded rigorous and often harsh discipline, heavy lifting, strict diets, and constant pressure to stay in perfect shape. Although it helped him achieve great success, this consuming aspect eventually became something he distanced himself from after retiring. He points out that while it was therapeutic during his competitive years, he no longer identifies as that person and now embraces a more balanced approach focused on longevity, conditioning, and athleticism. After stepping away from the traditional bodybuilding regimen, Kevin adopted more diverse fitness methods that emphasize conditioning and functional movement. He references workouts that rely on body weight, cardio, and interval training rather than heavy lifting and high-volume muscle work. This evolution represents a shift from purely aesthetic goals to holistic health, endurance, and mental toughness. He credits his workout partner and friend Paul Rashad for introducing him to triathlon-style endurance training, highlighting the importance of breaking past mental blocks to trust the body's adaptability. Kevin shares the mental struggle of embracing high heart rate interval workouts and conditioning exercises, which were vastly different from his years of powerlifting and bodybuilding. He candidly discusses the discomfort and anxiety he initially felt when pushing his cardiovascular system, but explains that learning to let go and trust in the process is key. His gradual progress includes running fasted, completing intervals at 12 miles per hour, and working toward longer races like mini marathons, reflecting his commitment to evolving physically and mentally. One of the notable themes throughout the conversation is Kevin's genuine connection with his fans. Despite his fame, he maintains humility and spends extensive time engaging with people at expos, frequently staying late to meet every individual in long queues. He recounts hearing inspiring stories from fans who have faced their own struggles and have been motivated by his transparency about pain and perseverance. Kevin expresses his desire to use his platform to uplift others, especially those who faced rejection or obstacles, recalling how he himself was often overlooked or passed over in his career. Levrone opens up about fatherhood as the completion of his life's journey, describing it as a source of profound fulfillment and responsibility. He talks about how becoming a father taught him to prioritize someone else above himself and to think carefully about his actions. Kevin compares the love for his son to the absence he felt from his own father, making a conscious effort never to let his child experience such voids. He discusses the delicate balance between protecting a child and allowing them to face hardships, emphasizing his hope to set up his son for success while accepting that the child's path is ultimately their own. The dialogue explores how losing parents and facing family tragedies can create vastly different life trajectories. Kevin advises young people dealing with hardship to embrace their pain as a necessary phase of preparation rather than a sign of life falling apart. He believes that adversity season individuals, shaping them for their true purpose. Sharing his own experience, he advocates for resilience and warns against giving up, noting that suffering can refine one's character, much like fermenting wine that only improves with time. Kevin provides a behind-the-scenes look at professional bodybuilding during his era, emphasizing how all-encompassing the lifestyle was. Every meal, workout, and public appearance was scheduled and scrutinized. He admits missing out on family gatherings and personal freedoms, but accepted it as part of his journey. His contract with Joe Weider demanded constant peak conditioning, attendance at major events, posing, and media obligations, underscoring the tremendous discipline required to maintain a career at the sport's highest level. The interview touches on Kevin's camaraderie and competitive relationships with other bodybuilding legends like Dorian Yates, Sean Ray, Ronnie Coleman, and Mike Mentzer. These interactions provided motivation as well as personal lessons. For example, he shares a humorous story about encouraging Ronnie Coleman to loosen up with a few drinks before a competition, which humanizes one of the greatest Mr. Olympia winners. While not all friendships were close, the mutual respect and shared experiences forged a unique bond among the athletes. Aside from bodybuilding and fitness, Kevin reveals his passion for music, having released 12 songs. Music served as his creative outlet, especially during intense training cycles and posing routines. Though he never pursued music professionally, it played an integral role in his mental balance and expression throughout his career. Kevin reflects on how the fitness industry has transformed, largely due to social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube. While praising the increased accessibility and community engagement, he laments the loss of structured mentorship and coaching that characterized his era. The current generation of pros often lacks guidance in areas from posing to public interaction. He cautions against the risks of quick-fix approaches, including steroid misuse, driven by unrealistic comparisons to seasoned physiques online. At 61, Kevin shares an optimistic view of aging, emphasizing the importance of maintaining mobility and mental sharpness over purely physical appearance. He encourages embracing the journey at every stage of life and acknowledges that mastery often comes with time and experience. Kevin expresses excitement about continuing his business endeavors, traveling globally, and inspiring others through his story and fitness philosophy. Throughout the conversation, Kevin's quiet, introspective nature is noted as part of his appeal. Though often reserved and even mysterious, he commands attention through authenticity and depth. He credits coming out of his shell as a challenging but necessary step for growth. His genuine kindness and humility resonate strongly with fans, distinguishing him beyond his impressive physical achievements.